Hello again in the hobby basement. Today I want to show you what sewing is all about and how you can sew with a sewing machine. I first go over all the materials that you will need for sewing, and after that we make together a small project. I've got some material here from an old jeans, and I will show you how you can sew protection for your fountain pens. So I think this is a quite nice combination of two of my hobbies. So you will have this pouch at the end. So what you need is there are special cutters for fabrics that it's a round knife which really cuts very well the different fabrics. And what you will need if you take one of these cutters, you need a cutting mat so that you can really roll with some force on the table. There are these calc markers to mark things on the fabric that washes out after you finished your project. And there are scissors that are especially built and formed so that they cut the fabrics quite nicely. And I don't have a cutting mat here today because I will cut the fabric with the scissors today. Also, here are some ruler types that are see-through and that you can use to measure out some type here, like if you don't want a right corner, then you can mark the things with this. It's also in inch and in centimeters, so that's something you need perhaps. The other thing you need, and this is not mandatory, you really need this, are the spools, and of course some it's from cotton wool, the threads. And here I have got some assortment with some nice colors, and you need the spools and the matching color, but also the machine has a functionality I will show you in a moment, that you can spool the colors on the spools on your own, because perhaps I keep that for later when I explain how the sewing machine works. So the sewing machine has a foot pedal that I just wanted to show. So if I step on this pedal, the machine will start. I will lie that now down on the floor here so that I can use it. And it's beneficial if you have some, perhaps this is a nice one, but have some type of storage where you have all the materials that you need to maintain and work with the sewing machine. So here are some needles if I have to replace them. Also, there are different foots for different things. Most of the time I use here the foot that my wife uses. It's a one for all foot. So let's put this aside, and now before we start with the practical part of this video, I want to show you the sewing machine. This here is from the firm Janome. There are different very good manufacturers out there, like Puff, Singer, Brother, what else? Yeah, I think that are the biggest manufacturers that are out there. This, for example, is a sewing machine in the middle price range, I would say. So I've got different stitches here that I can select. I can digitally select the step lengths and different specifications how the sewing machine should sew. So, and here is the general speed that I want the pedal to work with. And this is a completely digital machine. So the foot pedal, there's a controller of some sorts in this machine, and the machine will start to run because it knows where the position of the needle is. You can even do electronically let the needle go up if you want to get the fabric out of the machine. The other thing is that if you have an older machine that's an analog machine, then you have here this what it's called, this manual gear, I would say, with which you can then lower and get the needle up and down, lower it into the fabric, I would say. So before we do that, I perhaps take a different angle now so that you can see that a little bit better. So I think I found quite a nice angle here, and I have to talk a little bit more about how the needle and the transport of the machine works. So this here is the needle, and the needle will go down and up, of course. You have got on the bottom the spool with a thread that will do the thread from the bottom, and the needle with the thread that's coming from the top will do the thread on the top. And here this is the mechanism that will transport will transport the fabric. So if I take this scissors here and try to explain it, what it does is it goes back and then in an oval shape goes up and forward, goes down again, goes up and forward. And so with this motion, the small teeth that you can see here will transport the fabric in this direction. But if you have fabric that's, for example, quite stretchy, then you have the problem that the foot on the top that is fixed to the machine will stretch the fabric. And this is why I have here a special foot on the machine that's called over transport. So this will also move the foot for me. So both of them will drive at the same time and push the fabric out without stretching it. Then they come back and with this oval shape and both push again, and so you get really a nice transport. My machine here doesn't have that from the beginning. There are some more expensive machines that come already with this type of transport, but there are mechanisms that you can buy and you can refit your machine with this over transport. So how did you get the thread into the machine? So there are some arrows on the machine that make it quite easy to get the thread in the right way into the machine. So I come from the top, I go here to number 2, wrap it around, go up again. There's here, you can't see now number 3, and then I go down here into this little metal bracket, and then I have to get the thread into the needle. And for that also here is a help mechanism that if your eyesight isn't so good, or you just don't want to have the hassle of feeding the thread through the hole in the needle, you can use this mechanism here. And but that's a special thing that this machine offers. Not all machines have this this method of threading it in. So if I turn on the machine, you will see that there's of course light here, so that you can work well. It's quite bright, but of course if I have my YouTube lights on here, so you don't see so much of that because my light is already quite bright. So now I want to show you the spool. So you open this, here's not very much thread left on the spool, but perhaps I will exchange that. So here I have the start, so I take this purple now. I just put the spool in, and here's also an explanation where you should put the thread. You just put it in. I put this part of the cover back on, and now I have to manually, while I hold both threads, lower the needle one time and then bring it back up. And if I now take something small, which I don't have here at the moment, oh yeah, okay, I take my security glasses here and just go through here one time, then I have got both threads up at the top. Yeah, there it is. So I've taken now both threads to the top. That is what I want, and we can now see nicely which one is the top thread, it's the white one, and which one is the bottom thread, it's the purple one. So what I want to do with you today as a project, so I have to put this aside one moment, is we want to make a small pouch for a fountain pen. So let's see how big can a fountain pen be, just eyeballing it now so that we can just make a small example. So with this special scissors for fabrics, it's quite easy to cut the fabrics, and I've marked them here with alt, so it's German for old, and new. So the new ones, this is also from IKEA, by the way. I have new ones and old ones. The new ones are much sharper, and the old one is already a little bit dull. Okay. So now I've just, you can make this perhaps the shape a little bit nicer, but it's just, cut roughly. And now we can show you how to sew with the machine. So the first thing that you have to do to sew with this machine is, I take the fabric double, so that I've got here perhaps. Yeah, that looks nice. I put it under the foot, and now I can lower the foot, and I turn the machine while holding the threads so that the needle dips into the fabric. That's the first thing to do, and that the machine can do that also automatically, but most of the time I do it like this. Let's see. If I now start, the machine will start to sew, but the start I want to fix it so that it doesn't open later on. So this is the button here for sewing backwards. So in the beginning I'm sewing forwards and a little bit backwards so that I stitch over the already stitched part, and I'm fixing the thread like that. So I start here, perhaps I do it a little bit slower for you. I now take it, that are 3 stitches, and I'm doing 3 stitches again backwards, and now I can just let the machine do its thing. So with this 2 transports, you see, I even doesn't have to hold it. Normally I would here hold it and so that it goes straight, but with this over transport, the transport is so good that you doesn't need to hold it. So, and of course I can give a little bit more speed if I want to, but as we reach here the end of this piece that I want to sew, I'm just taking it slowly, and now I'm stitching again backwards, so that and again forwards, so that the thread is closed at the end. I can then liften the foot up, and now I just cut the thread. I always leave a little bit of the thread so that when you start with the next piece, the thread doesn't get pulled out of the needle. So if the needle goes down, it will take some of the slack that is here behind the piece that we now sewed, and of course that's yeah, bad. If it goes out, you have to put it again into the needle. So here perhaps you can see the purple. It's a normal straight stitch that I've taken for this, and here is the white one. And this is really here the easiest thing I can show you. I just cut it here. Yeah, you can do much more sophisticated things, I think. So this is just an example, really. But also, as this machine really can sew quite slow, if I put it on the slowest mode, this is also a nice hobby if you want to do it with kids. So now I've got the needle up and I take the electronic part to put it down, so I don't have to do it with my hand. That's one benefit of these electronic machines. Now I sew back and forth again to have the thread hold by itself. And I'm just sewing here the bottom. Normally you would sew from the back side so that you can, I'm now finishing it again. So you sew from the back side because then you can flip it over and you have a nice a border of the piece. So but I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible today for this example. And of course this is not the best thing to do. You would do it normally so that you flip it over. I'm now just cutting the lines that was here standing up. So you just take it after you've sewn and remove the threads. Perhaps take like a nail scissors, and so you can cut that quite easily. And now I've got here a rough thing for a pen or something, just to show you what you need to do it. And that's all you need to know about this hobby. I hope you perhaps buy yourself a machine and try it out. It's really fun, and you can do much better things than this small pen case that I've now produced here. But in the end, if I put a pen in this and put it in my pocket, it will function, but the form here is, yeah, function goes over form in that case. So yeah, perhaps this inspires you, and you can also, of course, do clothes with such a machine, and it's really fun hobby to do. And I've taken it after my wife started with it. So yeah, try it out. Thank you for watching, and have fun sewing, and bye.